It was right before Mother's Day weekend. We took her to the doctor. We thought she had a sinus infection. And they said that yes, she did have a sinus infection, but they weren't sure if that explained all of the symptoms. So asked us to come back the following Tuesday.
Gave us medicine if it wasn't better to come back.
Right.
Yep.
And so we called in, and that Tuesday morning she woke up and was sick, which was very strange. But then she felt great 15 minutes later. We went and saw the doctor, and they thought that was strange. But they got us in for an MRI that afternoon, and then we had a phone call before we could pull in the driveway asking us to come to the doctor's office.
First thing, before they even opened.
We did. We went to our pediatrician's office at 8 o'clock that morning, and we found out that they had found a mass in her brainstem. At that point in time, we didn't know anything. None of those words made sense. They said there was a spot in her pons, which we had no clue. So that was at about 8:15. They had us in at the St. Jude affiliate in Huntsville before lunch, and they had us checked in Memphis at St. Jude by 8 o'clock that night.
At that point, we knew it was not good, where it was located. At that point, we were just praying that, possibly surgery is treatable.
She was quite quick to let everybody know that Friday was her birthday. Everybody we met, every nurse, every doctor, Friday is my birthday. And Friday morning, we met with her oncologist about her scans, and we found out that she had what's called DIPG, which is a diffused intrinsic pontine glioma. And it is a very aggressive brain tumor. Most children, 98% of children, will pass away between 6 to 9 months of diagnosis, and the other 2% usually pass away before 18 months.
She said, "I have a tumor." Yes, you have a tumor. I said, "Okay, let's fix it. Let's get it out." And at one point, we said, "Okay, we're going to do what we can to fix it." I don't know that she ever truly understood how bad it was, or how little could be done to fix it. But we made sure she knew we were there with her the entire time, and we weren't going anywhere. Number one, you don't realize how good of a place it is until you're somewhere else, having your child treated. You don't realize the bar, how high they set that bar to make sure those kids aren't scared, aren't uncomfortable, from the sticks to the blood draws to everything. Every little detail, they wanted to make sure that those kids were comfortable.
We pay for nothing. They made sure that we had somewhere to stay. They have an awesome hotel right there on campus. And so everything is about the children. And they do a great job taking care of the families as well.
That money firsthand goes to it takes care of families like us when we're there. Kaylee considered St. Jude her second home, away from home. And that would not have been possible without St. Jude being like they are. And I don't think they'd be like they are without the funding that's raised like you guys are doing, and all the different charities that raise money for them.
They put their money where it matters, taking care of the kids, taking care of the families, and put it into the research. And then they share their research. Right now in the United States, less than 4% of federal funding for cancer goes to pediatric cancer, and that is all types of pediatric cancer. So all that money that goes to cancer research doesn't go to help kids. And kids are silent victims because their parents don't want to talk about it. If their child is sick, and if, God forbid, their child dies, they don't want to talk about it. And then if your child gets well, you're so tired from fighting, you don't want to talk about it. It gets swept under the rug. And so it takes people to remind folks, that if you've got healthy kids, be thankful, help families that don't have healthy kids.